Whew. Man, I think today is either Wednesday or Thursday. Happy Wednesday or whatever the biscuit is. Yeah, another day today. Man, I tell you what, I'm grateful. I don't know what it's a little foggy out this morning, and this is feels like, there's no rain. A little warmer than usual, so there's no rain out here. A little warmer than usual, than normal. So, but this morning, it's really funny because yesterday I went out. I didn't get to pick up anybody. I was like, oh, biscuit. So I'm just right now I'm just trying to do I'm just trying to do a lot of things. I'm questioning a lot of things. I'm just learning new things also. And with what's going on, especially at this moment, it's just, I don't even know what to say. All I can just say is I really want it to be over. And that way everyone can just go back to normal. I think things like this really does make one be grateful, learn how to be grateful. I like anyone else, I got caught up in the emotions, but the luck that I have is I know how to get out of that emotion. So today, as I started my day, with the meditation and yoga, and for some reason I've been getting up late, 1:55. Man, 55 minutes again. I need to get that 55 minutes back. So I really need to get that 55 minutes back. I've struggled 2 days in a row. I just get up 1:55 exactly. Man, instead of that 1 o'clock. Or maybe I'm just still going by there. You know what? It's because we moved the time forward. So normally that 1:55 is actually 12:55. Oh, biscuit. But we moved the clock forward now. So I gotta get back. I've been struggling. So it's really fun just to be able to see that. I'm like, man, but I can see that this is a journey. It's not even me trying to just training them as a journey, because I'm like, how am I even doing this? Because literally this year, I have managed, I think about 1,200 miles already. And it's almost just like, wow, the body amazes me every day. Whatever it is, God, our creator, is right there inside of this body, inside of these veins, because I'm truly, truly shocked. And I think it really does speak to you, It's almost like, in order for one to understand God, higher self, spirit, whatever you want to call it, first you have to understand this thing that you're in. The key reference when they say your body is your temple, it sounds too easy. But what they actually mean, I really try to see it every morning. Because each time I stretch my body in the morning while I'm doing these little exercises, I cannot help it but to acknowledge my higher self. It is impossible for me to not want to say a little prayer, because I'm twisting my body. And at that moment, if I lose focus, if I think about something else, I cannot twist my body the way I want it to twist it. So it's really amazing what those little things, But because they put it in a controlling context, it's been say pray. And that thing looks so easy, And also when it comes to the whole thing about the cross and all that, it looks so easy when they say someone has done it for you. But the true cross is when you could twist your body, because this body of ours, it is so amazing what it can do and how it can twist. Like we have billions of cells in us. And when we begin to understand this and begin to know ourselves, our inner body, by twisting, the most powerful thing that we don't put no effort on is a woman giving birth to a baby. That is the most amazing thing that I've ever seen. How a woman can actually carry another being in their stomach and their whole body expanded. And when that time comes, the baby actually come out through them. And so far, the only spiritual belief that I ever talked about that, how important it is when I read yoga books. I think the other spiritual tag, taking that out of content just makes you question things. You know, it's almost just like, how can you take something so powerful out of that text and we don't even value women anymore? And what is so funny is women don't even value themselves, because what most women have learned how to be is most women have learned how to be masculine. You know, how to be a feminine. But the power behind feminine energy, it is amazing, because when people ask me, how do you do all this magic? The moment I say tap into your feminine energy, I'm looked upon like I'm crazy. But the truth is, if you don't understand the feminine that brought you into this world, it's a waste of time. You got to understand the feminine, that feminine energy. Because I don't know somebody on this planet who never stayed in a woman's womb. Because if you know somebody that did not stay in a woman's womb for 9 months, please let me know that person. I want to shake his hand. I really love to see this. You got God's favor on your range today. I like that. And that God's favor is me, because I am of God. I am that God, you know, because I see what you mean. You know, the favor that I have, I'm replying to you, brother, man. The favor that I have is a spiritual favor. So that creation is cosmos. And that cosmos, it is me in the mind form. It is very hard to understand these things, you know, but to use a word, a letter word, to actually define you and I is impossible. A letter word, you know, 3-letter word, because all those words are still alphabetical, cannot define who we are. What defines us is silence. In silence, we find self. And like I was saying, so today, everything is about emotional control today. That's all I can think of. Emotional control, especially with what's going on around us today. You know, emotional control. You know, I was speaking to my father earlier this morning in Africa, and of course he's telling me, oh, you know, so put a spell on you. And I'm like, no, nobody put a spell on me. You know, the only person that can put a spell on me is self. You know, the only reason why people say, yeah, they put a spell on me is because they have learned from the takers that degraded the value of their culture. So in reality, nobody has the power to put a spell on nobody unless that person allows someone in their subconscious mind by themselves, which we do a lot of time without realizing. You know, but the moment we understand emotion and learn how to control this emotion, we can all walk on water. Believe it or not, we can all walk on water. That's how powerful we are. And I'm just saying this because of experience. You know, I have studied meditation and yoga for years, and oh my biscuit, every day I realize I know nothing. Because what created me is beyond this imaginary, this little thing that I put on top of my head. And when I realized that what created me is beyond this, the only essence, believe it or not, that I could really tap into to feel, you know, to understand all this, to comprehend all this, is 4-letter word: love. Seriously. Because when you're in love with self, the image of God presents itself. It's funny. The only thing that one can use to truly understand God or self is love. The moment you understand love, you have no reason to preach to anyone. You have no reason to tell anyone their way is right and their way is wrong. And that's the same thing that's going on with this emotion that we're going through right now. You know, we cannot forget the fact that there is a virus, but we also cannot forget the fact that we can cure this virus with the power of the mind. Yeah. So when it's been put out there to make it look as if we cannot cure this disease and put fear, it is okay to live in fear. Oh, I thought I found money. Whew. It is okay to live in fear. But when we begin to refuse to live in fear, people get upset. I don't understand it. We cannot forget the fact. But we also know that with collective consciousness, prayer, this truth is going to pass. You know, it's just it's never happened in history. That's why we call it prayer. You know, that's why we have to believe. That's why we cannot run away. You know, this is where the true meaning of faith comes into place, because faith is easily talked about, but to actually have faith is not as easy as it looked. Because to have faith, you truly have to truly believe. And the only way to have faith most of the time is to first know yourself. If you don't know yourself, you cannot have faith. You will follow. But as far as faith is concerned, you cannot know yourself if you cannot understand your own body that you were put in. Your body speaks to you every day, and that is the God within you. If you are ignoring your body, whether it's through eating or what you put in your system or what you drink, you have yet to find the true self of who you are. So today, my brothers and sisters, let us hope for that energy of healing. You know, the people that have that this thing impacted the most are low-income people. You got to realize the low-income people, the people that live paycheck to paycheck, this affected us more than the people who have that fat account. But the reality is, the true wealth this is where the true wealth has to come into play. Because once you know the true meaning of your true wealth, which is self, which is your health, this situation will not affect you. So, breathe into the body. You know, tap into your real wealth. Don't let this situation define you. Because when you act poor, when you act broke, this will be a double virus. But when you act rich, which is by tapping into your mind, exercising, doing yoga, and writing your own journal, write into yourself, which is very, very important, because if you want to write to God, you write to self. You know, you write essays all throughout school, stay up all night, but yet you cannot stay up all night to write a little bit of note to your own self. Think about that. I'm going to say it one more time. You stay up all night writing essays to a professor. And this professor, while he's marking that paper, he's probably going to be doing it with a chicken in his mouth. And you stayed up all night. But yet, you cannot write to your own body, which gives you everything you need. So today, let's control our emotion. Let's send our healing energy. And like I always say, watch what you eat. Breathe into the body. Take a yoga class. I'm on the 13-mile route journey now. I don't know the mile increasing every week. So now I'm going to go back to 13 miles every day, Monday to Friday. And you know how the idea was. So I'm going to say, Ashe, Alafia.